Welcome back to Grade 7 Math. This is lesson number 9.2, Stem and Leaf Plots. When collecting data, we can end up having a long list of numbers to read. The more numbers we have, the harder it is to organize and read the data. Fortunately, we can draw a stem and leaf plot. On the next slide, you will learn how to draw a stem and leaf plot. A stem and leaf plot looks like a simple chart. In the first column, the stem, we write the tens digits. In the second column, the leaf, we write the ones. So looking at this example here, we have a list of numbers, and to put them into the plot, just look at number 12. We're going to put a 1 under the stem column, and then we'll write the 2 under the leaf column. And as we look along, we can see that the next number is 14. We don't need to write the 1 again. However, we do need to write the 4 under the leaf column. And again, we're going to do likewise for 18. We'll just write the 8 in the leaf column since we already have the 1 as the stem. Okay, something important to note here. Okay, our next stem is 2, meaning that we're looking at numbers in the 20s. And we have two 23s. And it's very important that we note that there are two 23s, and we do this by writing number 3 twice. And then we can add our 5 for 25. And that just ends off with 32 and 35. So again, we just need 1, 3 under stem column, but we'll record the numbers 2 and 5 under the leaf column. So now let's practice, or rather, you're going to try this at home. Draw a stem and leaf plot for this list. So I've given you a nice long list of numbers, and your job at home is going to be to pause the video and then draw a stem and leaf plot for this list. Now, I'll just help you get started because you may be wondering, what about numbers less than 10? Well, what we can do is we can draw a 0 in the stems column, and that will show us that we have numbers that are less than 10. So of course, looking at the number 9 right here, we'll put a 9 under the leaf column. And then again, we'll know that this just means the number 9. Okay, so pause the video and then try entering the rest of this list into the stem and leaf plot, and we'll go over this in class tomorrow. Now, can you find the error in this stem and leaf plot? This can happen sometimes. You take a look at the list of numbers and you look at the plot, and it's very important to look one number at a time. And so far it appears that we've recorded all of the numbers that are between 10 and 19. But then when we look at stem 2, here's where we see the mistake. We've got two 21s in the list, but there's only one written here. So like I said earlier, we can't allow that. We do need to record the 1 2 times. So again, just to check And yes, there should be another 1 in the leaf column in the second row. I'm going to leave this to you at home to try out. Find the error in this stem and leaf plot. So just like with the previous example, make sure that you go through the list number by number. And when you feel that you've found the error, you can move on with this video. And again, this is one of the activities that we're going to talk about in class tomorrow. So pause the video now and see if you can find the error. All right, let me just get these boxes out of the way. We can also use stem and leaf plots to make observations and conclusions. Take a look at this stem and leaf plot. So this stem and leaf plot shows the number of books read by summer book club members. Okay, and they're just showing you the key right here. So this one uh, vertical line 5 means 15 books. Okay, so 3 questions to consider. How many book club members read less than 10 books? Well, I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to look at the 0 stem, and we can see that there are 3 leaves, so that meant that 3 club members read less than 10 books. Okay, question B. In general, how many books did most club members read? And this is where we need to have uh, leaves repeated. So in this case, in the 1 stem, we can see that there were a couple of 12s and a couple of 13s. So in general, most club members read between 12 and 13 books. And then see, what was the greatest number of books read by a club member? Well, what we should do is go to the final stem. That'll be the largest one. That's 2. And we only have 1 leaf. But when we put those together, we see that the answer is 20. Okay, we're going to look at one more stem and leaf plot, but I'm going to leave it to you guys at home to try this out, and then we'll go over this in class tomorrow. So here's a stem and leaf plot for scores on the science test. We've got 4 questions. A, what was the lowest test score? B, how many students scored less than 80%? C, what was the most common test score? And D, should the teacher be pleased with how the class did on the test? So I want you to take some time, pause the video, consider all of these questions, and then we'll go over this in tomorrow's class. Alright, good job getting through today's video. And after we go over some of the activities from this video in class tomorrow, you'll be ready to draw and read some stem and leaf plots on your own. And then we'll have a selection of homework questions for you to try out in class. But for now, this concludes today's video.